Thank you for watching Language channel.
Cattle farmers in Kitgum district are beginning to see renewed hope following the rehabilitation of a key livestock deep tank by Akena Foundation, as leaders and farmers say could significantly curb tick-borne diseases and boost cattle productivity. The deep tank located in Kelpolo village, Babech Parish, Mucwini East Sub-County, had long fallen into disrepair despite being originally constructed in 1971 during the presidency of Milton Obote. For years, farmers struggled with costly and often ineffective tick control methods, leaving livestock vulnerable to diseases and death. Addressing journalists at Vegas Motel Kitgum Municipality, Akena, president of Uganda People's Congress, said the initiative is part of a broader effort to strengthen Uganda's livestock sector. He said they are not only fighting ticks and diseases, but also improving the quality of cattle in Uganda for export, underscoring the economic potential tied to healthier herds. Local authorities have welcomed the development, describing it as both timely and transformative. Ola Courage Alan, the district communications officer, noted that among the 3 deep tanks in Kitgum, the rehabilitated facility is currently the only one functioning effectively. He said the intervention comes at a critical time when farmers have been battling persistent livestock diseases with limited support. At the deep tank site, the community who brought their cattle for the first dipping on Tuesday, and leaders who went to witness the dipping again after a long period of time, are already laying plans to ensure the sustainability of the facility. Mucwini East LC3 chairperson Udong Richard Abbott said the structured management system, including user guidelines, cost-sharing mechanism, and infrastructure improvements such as fencing, will be introduced to safeguard the deep tank from misuse and ensure long-term benefits. With more than 10,000 cattle in sub-county, authorities are also organizing rotational schedule for parishes to access the facility efficiently. For farmers like Alice Akechuke of Likol Central, the impact is deeply personal. She now owns over 19 head of cattle, but has already lost 6 to suspected tick-borne diseases. She said she used to spend a lot of money on acaricide and drugs, yet she still lost animals. Other farmers echoed similar thoughts, pointing to reduced treatment costs and improved herd health as immediate benefits of the project. However, both leaders and residents emphasized that the success of the initiative will depend on collective responsibility. Farmers have been urged to protect the facility from vandalism and adhere to proper usage guidelines. The Kitgum project marks the 3rd deep tank rehabilitated by Akena Foundation, following similar efforts in Akohora Pai district and Omoro sub-county in Aleptong district. As momentum builds, stakeholders hope such intervention will not only reduce livestock losses, but also position Uganda's cattle industry for stronger participation in regional and international markets. Let us listen to what the leaders had to say.
My foundation does not benefit anything from that. It's the community which benefits because it's the community which will treat the animals. When the animals are treated, you get better quality animals. Two, we have not had these programs where from time to time we get support, maybe good quality dairy animal, but those animals are very vulnerable to the ticks. If we don't control the ticks, we lose those animals from time to time. So this is to strengthen our ability, but ultimately, as Ugandans, we must be able to control the disease that we have access to markets. Um, as it is now, what we have done as a foundation, we have tried to pull resources together, we've repaired it, but we've handed it to the district veterinary officers and the community. They're the ones who own it, they're the ones who run it. I, as somebody who is interested or who has an interest to see Uganda succeed, I have put myself there to try and make sure it is done. But we're not ending here. We're going to continue until we have a setup which works for all the communities. Because this one had damage from a tree which had grown next to it. The years of neglect had caused breakage in the wall, where we had to repair, put the concrete, and sort it out, and roof. I can share the details later of how much it cost, but my most important thing is not so much the cost, but what is it going to do?
And how many of these deep water tanks are there in the region? Maybe?
In the region, I can't tell you, but there were many. These were being done at all levels to be able to give farmers access to control ticks. From what you have seen, it's very difficult for an individual farmer to do that. And you need hundreds of animals in order to be able to maintain such an issue. So within a community, it works. And this has been a method where it has controlled ticks for a long time. So it has been cost effective, it has been tried, and it's something which we can start with as we try to control these ticks. These ticks are the vectors which make most of the diseases among cattle. And if you don't control your disease, there's markets you cannot access. Um, EU, China, they need clear bill of health in order to be able to export meat products or products for the communities there. So as such, as Ugandans, we must sort it out, and that's what the Jim Akena Foundation is moving ahead to make sure that in future, when we have access to those markets, we are able to enter those markets without too many hurdles.
Mr. President, I have one concern. You are in East Acholi, and the neighboring district of Kitgum, and Kitgum itself has issued the Karamojong invasions, like the cattle rustling. And as you trying to correct the deed, to control the disease, what will be your voice to government to ensure that the Karamojong rustlers doesn't also take away the animal from the Acholi community?
I also want to go to Karamoja and sort the dips there. Karamoja also need the issue of the dips. We need the disease control. Because if you control disease here and your neighbors are not controlled, the disease will cross. The disease will cross. It will come back. So we also need to control there. And we need to, the management of society and the safety of the animals, of our property, that's the role of the government. Let us not mix roles here. The government must ensure that all animals, all property belonging to the citizens of Uganda must be safe. When it is not safe, government has failed. So government must ensure the safety of our animals. If they're being taken, they should act. If disease is killing them, they should act. If we're not getting fair prices, they should act. That is my point of view. But what I can do, I will do. If I can stop the Karamojong, I'll stop them. But I may not have the means to stop the Karamojong at the moment.
And I would be glad if we have time so that we will just pay a visit to the one that is located in DFI, Cape Municipality, Pandem Division. When you look at these two comparisons, those that are into livestock and those that are into farming, we have a lot of the majority of the community. We have who are livestock farmers. When you look at sub-counties like Mucwini, Akwang, Layamu, which is actually spread the entire district, we have quite a number of farmers who are livestock farmers. And also, I would say it's almost 50-50. However, it's unfortunate that especially livestock farmers who are in Greater Orom, Namukora, and Umia Nyima tend to have challenges of keeping their livestock caused by raiders from Karamoja sub-region, and of course we have also some wrong elements from Sudan that they tend to attack the community and raid them of their animals.
What is the district currently doing in response to take control?
Currently, in respect to issues to do with tick control, we have, apart from the dip that has been renovated, we have what we know as cattle crush. Locally, they call it a cross. This is a facility that is built up, which is also used for spraying animals. We have these structures evenly distributed in the sub-counties that help in mitigating tick problems. However, an efficient structure is actually the cattle dip, whereby you see the advantages, where in a cattle dip, the animal literally goes and takes a bath. As you saw earlier on, takes a bath in the water which is mixed with chemicals, vis-a-vis with the cattle crush, where the animals are loaded and they are sprayed. And you know, when you spray an animal, the chemicals are not evenly distributed, vis-a-vis a cattle dip.
Restoration of the cattle dip, the product of our farmers is going to be high. We are also thinking that with the coming of this cattle dip, we are also going to have some little revenue in the sub-county, because we are thinking of fencing this place. We need to maintain the place. We have to make a good road so that the land that are surrounding this place should not be destroyed by the animals. So those are some of the things that we are going to work on to make sure that we keep this cattle dip to be a success. Otherwise,
So from tomorrow, maybe pay to because I understand today is free, tomorrow and other days.
actually you are right. Today is free. Starting tomorrow, we are going to have a meeting. We shall have an executive, a committee that will be in charge of this cattle dip. They'll sit down, they'll get a minimal wage or a minimal fee that will be paid. We want it not to be so much because we don't want to make our farmers digest from this. We are going to make a very minimal fee that will help all farmers to make their animals be treated. So we are thinking that by Friday, we shall call all the farmers, cattle farmers, and we shall give them that fee that they will pay per animal.
In a region where livestock is both livelihood and legacy, the revival of a single deep tank is proving to be more than infrastructure, it is a lifeline.
Thank you for watching Lango News channel. Please subscribe for more updates.